Warning, the following footage may cause irrational excitement.
I'm always right, but I'm never wrong.
I'm better looking than the rest of you, that's why.
The king clack there.
Good morning, viewers. Susan here at Butler Family Farm. Welcome back to our channel. And I just wanted to give you a quick report of the small damage we had from yesterday afternoon, evening storm. It was quite interesting that I was outside feeding. Well, I'm not sure what time it was, but anyway, that the temperature dropped like 10 degrees in like minutes. When a storm is coming in from the north and the weather's been from the south and that north condition comes through, and you're outside, it's immediate. The temperature drop is immediate. So it went from like 80 down to 60, well, maybe high 70s down to 60s. And then the winds, which you saw on the short, were a good 30, 40 miles. The upshot of it is 30 to 40 miles an hour and some big gusts at certain times. And it didn't last very long. We actually got one small cell of rain, had a couple lightning thunders hit, and a small cell of rain and hail. However, this morning when I did my walk around with the dogs, Jerry had said last night, he said, came out of his room and says, "Did you hear that crack? What was that? Something fell, something." And I said, "Well, I don't know. I didn't hear anything. But I believe it's what happened to this tree." Robert will be out later today to trim this down. It's got some suckers on it, so we're actually going to cut it at the base. And we talked a little bit about another tree that's over here that really doesn't have anything to do with the storm other than I noticed it's dead in several areas. So when he's feeling froggy, wants to climb up on something, and it's a nice day, he's going to trim up this tree here. But back to the storm report. So I thought, well, wow, if the wind blew this down, and that tree's been, it's pretty established. I think it's one that I was going to ask us to cut down ourselves eventually, but it had some good leaf on it and whatever, and then chickens will enjoy climbing around there. But it did give me thought to my grazing areas I set up for the donkeys. So I walked out there to check on the panels, and here's what I found. The panels both on this end and the other end are standing, and I believe it's because they were in the direction of the way the wind was coming, because it's actually, that's north for us, and the winds, so the wind just kind of passed over them. If they'd been perpendicular to the wind, they would have blown over for sure. But it did do some damage. The wind did do some damage to this tree, and we've already hauled the limb off because Robert was able just to push on it and it broke off, and I'll show you where that's at. But we found this interesting. This is nice and smooth here, and then this is all dark, and then this is where the limb was at, but this is almost smooth like a baby's butt. Interesting. So let me show you the limb that came down from there. Robert's going to cut it up into some firewood to use in the shop stove, I think is what's going to happen. So this is the limb that fell off, or that he actually broke off, but it's pretty good size. And the tree had been in the ground for about, I'm going to say 3 years. But anyway, I'm going to roll this over so you can see the broken part. This is a part that he leaned on and it just broke off and left that little spike. He's going to trim that up a little bit, make it look nicer. But yeah, this was caught by those by that straight line wind. Amazing what Mother Nature can do to wake you up.